Hey guys, welcome to the Homestead. So today we're going to talk about what I love and what I hate about homesteading. There are a lot of things that I love about homesteading. Number one, I love the fact that I live in the middle of nowhere. I love the fact that I can't see my neighbors. Even though I love my neighbors, I love the fact that I can't see them. I love the fact that I can go out and hunt in the backyard of my property or the front yard or whatever. I have that room. I have that ability. I love that about homesteading. I love the fact that I can garden. I can grow my own food. Gardening is probably my top three. I love gardening. I can grow. That was one of the big reasons we moved off grid, because I don't have to worry about what I'm buying at the store or how it was made or what kind of soil it was grown in or what kind of sprays they put on it. I hated that about, grocery shopping back in the city when we lived in St. Louis. I love the fact that I know what goes into my food, what goes into my soil. I can, manicure my soil how I want to. I can fertilize it how I want to. The soil is really an expression of myself. It's amazing to me. And I've had, livestock people in the past, because livestock is another one. You grow good livestock if you can grow good grass. If you become a grass farmer, take interest in your soil and growing that grass, you're going to grow good livestock. It's the same way with your garden. If you put, an extra amount of effort into that soil of your garden, you're going to grow good produce, healthy produce. And so, yeah, I love that about homesteading, my garden. Livestock. Okay, moving into livestock. I love that about homesteading, being able to raise sheep. We have chickens, that produces eggs for us, to have farm fresh eggs. Anytime I want them, that to me, almost any time. I mean, there's times of the year when the chickens, slack off a little bit. They're molting or they're brooding or whatever. But for the most part, anytime I want a fresh egg, and there is a complete taste difference when it comes to eggs and farm fresh eggs and the eggs you buy like at your local grocer. Total difference, total taste difference, total texture difference. If you've not experienced that, you're just letting the best things in life pass you by. You just need that. It's one of the things I love the most about homesteading, having those fresh eggs and that meat. Like last night, we had some guests over. We had dinner, and I made venison fried rice. I pulled a can of venison off of my shelf, wholesome, healthy protein, and I put that into the fried rice, and it tasted amazing. It was something that I could feel good about eating, knowing that I had harvested that animal, I had processed that animal, and we had canned that animal. And it sat on my shelf, actually for 2 years, because I have a lot of it, until I decided to take it off and use it and enjoy it. That's something I really love about homesteading. I love the fact that I can harvest and process my own meat. I have that ability. Let me pause here for a moment and let you guys know that I have right now on my website, AmericanHomestead.com, in our store section, the ability for you to purchase a butchering class. Now, this is a one-on-one or one-on-two class that you can purchase here, and you can learn how to butcher an animal. In this case, it's going to be rams. We have a number of ram lambs, when talking about our livestock, that are ready for butcher or will be ready by the time you show up. They're being fattened right now, some male rams. They're looking really good. I allowed our patrons first choice on the butchering class, and right now there's only 4 slots left. 4 slots left. So if you're interested in learning how to butcher, what I will do is I will take you in under my wing, and we will butcher this. Actually, you will butcher this ram lamb, and you will gain the experience. Learn by doing. You're going to butcher this ram, and you're going to take home all of the meat. You get it all. Everything you do, you're going to get it, and you're going to take it home, and you're going to gain the confidence on being able to butcher an animal, being able to take apart that animal from start to finish, and have the reward of all of that. So I think there's 4 slots left. Last time I checked, and all the other rams that we have are either going to be mine or they're allocated to other people. So 4 rams left if you want that experience to learn how to butcher a ram lamb, you can go to our website at AmericanHomestead.com, go to the store section and check out and purchase that class. It's a one-on-one class, so you're going to be doing the work, okay? And you are a spouse, you are a friend, can come and do that and then take it home. But I love that about homesteading is that I get to, raise livestock. I get to raise my own meat, eggs and meat. I love it. Chickens. That's something I love. I love the fact that I can talk about solar class. I love solar we're off grid here. I've done videos before on the savings amount that comes from having solar, and it's astronomical. I haven't paid an electric bill in 8 years. I love being able to have solar and not having to deal with homeowners associations or zoning regulations or permits. I love the fact that I live in a place where I can build whatever I want and not have to worry about some inspector come knocking on my door and say, hey, did you get a permit for that? Because most of y'all know where you live, that would happen. You start building a shed to put your lawnmower in, and boom, someone's knocking on your door asking you, hey, what's the deal? And you look at some of these homesteading channels that are out there, guys, and some of these homesteaders have topics that they really truly have a passion for more than other things. Like I always point out Wrangler Star, he's such a huge channel nowadays. He talks about is like one thing, and that's like woodworking or tools, and he has sponsors who come in and pay him big bucks to show their products. Now, but he's really he hardly ever talks about his garden. I remember one time he made wine once. That was hilarious. And then, because it didn't turn out at all because he had no idea what he was doing. And because it's like, it's all about woodworking. But no real livestock, no real gardening. No, I know his wife does that, but he never does really any videos on it. So the channels that I enjoy the most are the ones who actually kind of span the spectrum on things that they do. Deep South Homestead is one of those channels. I love their channel because they span the spectrum. They do building projects, they do gardening, they do livestock, they even do a little bit of hunting, even though that's a little bit taboo on YouTube today. So things like that, they span the spectrum. There's lots of other homesteaders. I don't mean to single one out and not mention others because there's so many, but there's things I like about homesteading. I love about homesteading. And some channels don't cover a wide spectrum of things. They just cover a certain few things that are not taboo, that won't get them in trouble. And those are the channels that you see that excel the most in this space. And I think that's sad. Years ago, there was opportunities for me and Jamie at the time to go to YouTube headquarters. We were invited to go to there. And we were just getting started in homesteading. We were just getting started in our videos. And really it was still a survival situation. It was, we were hauling water by hand. Jamie was hauling water by hand into the house. And we were, I felt bad. I was not about to leave my family and go, to San Francisco or wherever I was being invited to go to hobnob with the YouTube guys. I just didn't want to do that because I had other responsibilities, and I was invited to different conferences, YouTube things. I didn't go to them. And slowly but surely, because of the content we were putting out, those invites stopped. And those who decide to stay their homesteading channels within certain parameters, they excel. And while others, sometimes talk about things that YouTube, the purple-haired, nose-pierced geeks behind the computers over at Google, they get offended by these things. Our rankings suffer. And so it is the way it is. And so I do enjoy talking about some things more than others. Wine is one of those things. I'm actually, this is a glass of wine. It's about 11:30 in the morning. And I'm on my kind of second glass of wine. I just did a wine racking today. And so I always take a sample. And so that's one of the reasons that made me decide to do this video, because wine is something I really enjoy talking about. I really enjoy making my own wine. See, homesteading channels that run the gamut and talk about numerous things, I think are the ones who are you can get the most benefit and information from. Does that make sense? Let me give you another example. I've done videos before on our trucks, 4x4 trucks. Every single vehicle that we have on our homestead is a 4x4 vehicle. And every single vehicle that we have on our homestead has 10-ply tires. See, we live in the middle of nowhere, where our gravel roads are harsh gravel roads. In fact, I was telling someone last night, some dinner guests who were over here, that if the balloon really went up, if it really hit the fan, within 6 months, it's entirely possible that this homestead would be inaccessible by vehicle, because we have so many washouts on our roads throughout the year. There's a bridge, I'm not kidding you, that when you turn off the main road to come to our road that eventually leads to our homestead, a bridge was washed out, I think 3 or 4 years ago, and they still have not fixed it. They basically fixed it enough where people can drive over a single lane on a gravel part, but it's not fixed because our county, our state is broke. They can't afford to fix these things. And I love that about this. And so we have 4x4 trucks. We have 10-ply tires on our trucks. And I can do videos about our trucks. In fact, one of the trucks that we have is a Ford F-150 4x4. It's the best-selling truck in America, and I can do videos on it, and because it's homestead related. In our case, and many of your cases too, but you homesteaders out there, it's very relevant what kind of vehicle you drive. In 2016, Ford sold 800,000 F-Series trucks, F-Series vehicles. 800,000 in 2016 they sold. In that same year, were sold to Americans over 1 million AR-15s. In 2016, 800,000 Ford, the best-selling truck in America, the F-Series, 800,000 sold. In that same year, over 1 million AR-15s. More AR-15s were sold in that year than the F-Series, F-150, F-250, whatever. But I can talk about one, but I can't talk about the other because it'll get me in trouble on YouTube. That's ridiculous. So now we're going into what I hate about homesteading. What I hate the most about homesteading is that there are certain things about homesteading that I can't share with you. I hate that. And what drives me nuts is there's some people who are okay with it. I'm just being totally honest today. Maybe it's the wine speaking. Exceptional wine this year. Norton grapes. It's definitely not clear. Needs to be clarified. I've only done its first racking, but it's amazing. Norton grapes this year. I love. Right now, there's guys out there working on my wine cellar, working on the wine cellar, getting ready to pour footers. And we're going to do some more videos on that. I've already done one. We're going to do some more videos on that, and excited about that root cellar and wine cellar. But what I hate about homesteading is that there's certain things I can't talk to you about when it comes to homesteading. I can't do really any hunting videos. I love hunting. I love being able to. I love it best when it's a rainstorm, because I can sneak up on those deer, and they never even see me coming or hear me coming. I love that fact. I would love to get that on video, to be able to show you how I can walk right up to that deer before I tag it and bag it. I can't do that because people, little Nancy's Karens, whatever you want to call them, get offended. Snowflakes get offended, and they don't like me showing that aspect of homesteading. I can't show you. I've had videos. I did a video on butchering a cow over at Shalom Acres, and that thing was shooting through the roof one day. It went from like 20,000 to 100,000 views in like an hour, and YouTube shut it down. It was an awesome video, and right now it's still limited. It can't be found in search results. You have to look it up specifically. It's still on my channel, but they don't show it in search results or suggestions or anything like that. And I can't monetize it. It's demonetized. But it went from like in an hour, 20,000 to like 100,000 views. And they shut it down. I can't talk to you about things about, showing, butchering a cow, hunting, or, firearm ownership or things like that matter. I find that really disgusting. And what I find even more disgusting is that there's people okay with it. I hate that. I hate that we're so desensitized, so good, to people taking away our liberty, our free speech, that's just okay. And in the homesteading world, it's no different. So there you go. what I love, what I hate about homesteading. I love the fact that I can share some things with you. I love the fact that I can raise my own food, grow my own food. I can make wine and so many other things. I love things about homesteading. I love homesteading. You know, would never do anything else. Would never do anything else, no matter what. What I hate about homesteading is that I can't share some aspects of homesteading with you. We'll leave it at that. Hey, listen, if you're interested in the class, you want to learn how to butcher things I can't show you on YouTube anymore, you can sign up at my website, AmericanHomestead.com. There's 4 slots left, I think. And listen, if you want to support the homestead, T-shirts, Teespring merch, in the description below. Check that stuff out. Each shirt you buy helps the homestead. Homeschool is one of those things that's probably on the way out when it comes to talking about it on YouTube, because we are very quickly heading towards a socialist dictatorship in this country. It's very, very sad. But yeah, homeschool, while it's still legal, get the shirt online right now. You can get it at Teespring right there at the link below. All right, guys. Oh, it's so good. So good. Bright, amazing tannins. It's going to mellow out really well. The acidity is going to mellow out real well over the next couple of years before it's right to drink. But even right now, it's so good. Okay. All right. We'll leave it at that. See you next time on the Homestead. Bye.
Hey guys, I'm happy to introduce an American Homestead sponsor, Zervita Zeal. Now, first off, I only accept sponsors from products that I use and believe in. My family uses Zeal mainly because we want to ensure a healthy immune system. You see, it's made up of only whole food concentrates and includes no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. The included sweetener is all natural from fruit and the stevia leaf. It's gluten-free, it's vegan, and it's kosher. In 2018, my youngest son was involved in a bike accident that resulted in the surgical removal of his spleen, and that's an important part of his immune system. And because we live on a farm, you can guess that having a healthy immune system for our family is very important. Some of the included ingredients are beetroot, chicory root, turmeric, moringa, blueberries, cranberry, goji berry, milk thistle, ginseng, alfalfa, broccoli, and so much more. It's these natural ingredients that can easily be made into a powerful and tasty drink that my family can make and feel good about. So sign up and give it a try today. Every purchase you make goes to help the homestead so that we can continue to make great homesteading videos for you. Link is in the description below. Go ahead, give it a try. Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of an American Homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the homestead that we make here on the homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. I'll wait.